This episode is the 400th episode, and I know after 6 years of building our school, almost 5 years of podcasting, we have really been a part of an incredible movement. The 400th episode is a milestone that I would have never imagined reaching when I sat down in the closet of my bedroom to record the very first Teacher Let Your Light Shine podcast. And from that moment up until now, boy, oh boy, have we grown together so much. This episode is really a declaration of what we have endured together, what we've overcome, and where we're stepping into as we go through the new movement and turning into ReDream Education. It's time to celebrate. Hey friends, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about something that has been an absolute game changer for hundreds of microschool and homeschool hybrid founders. Our Teacher Let Your Light Shine online store, a place for founders' favorites. Inside you'll find our beloved bestsellers like the Business Bundle, packed with everything you need to launch and run your school, contracts, enrollment forms, parent partnership letters, and marketing materials that save you hours of stress. Teachers and parents just like you are saying these tools gave them clarity, confidence, and a clear path forward when starting their schools. Whether you're brand new or you're ready to grow, our resources are designed to help you skip the overwhelm and focus on what really matters most, like our open house playbook, our financial review preparation sheet, templates for Facebook and email marketing, how to create the perfect planning day guide, finding curriculum clarity workbook, our new course, Microschool Marketing Blueprint, all the information for legal clarity for beginners, and, of course, the yearly membership to Microschool Masterminds. Head over to teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Again, teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Skip the overwhelm and focus on what matters most, your students, your mission, and your vision. teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Go there today and grab tools that will help you shine. It's December 23rd of 2025, the 400th episode of Teacher Let Your Light Shine, the last episode of Teacher Let Your Light Shine being Teacher Let Your Light Shine, and we're heading into a new year. When I was sitting down with my podcast coach in 2021, it was actually the summer of 2021, so I had just finished our first year of microschooling, and the podcast coach was Stephanie Gass. I've worked with her a couple of times ever since I started the podcast. And she asked me, what do you want the name of your podcast to be? And I said, I do not know. And she said, do you want it to be like Lighthouse Learning? And I said, no, that's the name of our school. I want it to be something about light. I want to be about teachers, and I wanted them to just know that they have so much to give, that they can just shine so brightly in this world with their gifts and talents without feeling like it's been snuffed out, without feeling as if they feel handcuffed. And I just want them to know, like, teacher, I love you. Let your light shine. And she goes, that's it. Teacher, let your light shine. And I was like, teacher, let your light shine. She's like, teacher, let your light shine. That's what this podcast needs to be. Whenever you said it, I felt it. It embodies who you are. It embodies your messaging. You should go for it. Kind of like Lighthouse Learning. Whenever I decided on the name of Lighthouse Learning, I was like, all right, I'm going to go back to the scripture. And from there, we are a house set up on a hill. We want our light to shine. This is the time that we're starting this. I don't even know. Is it a school? Is it a tutoring company? Is it a homeschool program? I don't even know what we are, but let's just call it Lighthouse Learning. Yeah, that sounds great. Yep, let's just do it. And here we are. We're still Lighthouse Learning. Teacher Let Your Light Shine has been a voice really taking you through the journey of building a microschool, from our living room to a church, to going through a flood, to going through moving, not knowing if we were going to have a school anymore, my husband giving up his career to come and work full-time at the school, to our daughters being a part of the very birth of our school, to then both of our daughters leaving to go to public school. You've heard a lot from me. You've heard a lot of personal behind the scenes, and you will continue to do so. I really want to feel rejuvenated with this podcast and with our listeners. And I hope that it reaches millions and millions more as we're not going anywhere. This movement of microschools, homeschool hybrids, it's not going anywhere. It is here to stay. And if we do not redream what education is going to look like, we're going to be stuck in this cycle. I remember as a teacher, I just would dream and dream and dream of what school could look like. And then we actually were able to build a school like that. And now, if we do not continue to position ourselves to redreaming, we can very, very easily become complacent. This past month, I've shared a lot about transitioning from Teacher Let Your Light Shine to ReDream Education. We had a glorious podcast guest, Casey Morris, the founder of an online business, teaching other teachers how to step away from their teaching career, create online resources for money. She is very well known for her Teacher Pay Teacher store. She had recently gone through a divorce. She shares that in the podcast. She is the founder of the CEO podcast. Her and I had a really beautiful episode on December 9th about depression, anxiety, and ruminations. And I feel as if we all have a moment of our life where we go through that season. And I definitely, without realizing it, I was in a season of feeling burnt out because of many life circumstances. When my daughter went to high school from our homeschool hybrid, that was very hard as we were transitioning into learning about how to raise a teenager. She's just precious. And she wasn't rebellious by that nature. That's not what I'm intending. She just went through a lot of hardship socially, emotionally, academically. She's a gifted learner. She fell out of love with school. And she was the child that always had a book in her hand, always loved learning. So that took a toll on our family. She also had a really dangerous car wreck her sophomore year. This was almost 2 years ago. Right on our road that we live in, she ran into a telephone pole, and thank God the telephone pole fell over, did not land on the person's house. She completely flipped her car. She was able to get out, but that was in and of itself so hard navigating. It was very traumatic for her. It was very traumatic for me as a mom. And I was in fight or flight for the longest time after that with her driving. And all of these things that happen in our motherhood, that happen in our relationships, they take a toll on us as human beings. They take a toll on our family. And meanwhile, you are building an empire for other families. We also went through a very difficult time in our school with some betrayal. Some people that were working for us decided to build their microschool while they were working for us and trying to recruit our students. And I have talked about this maybe a little bit on the podcast, but that was really, really hurtful. And it was a time where I felt like I had really entrusted someone, and there was this beautiful innocence to our school that feels like your baby. And when you feel as if something happens to break any trust or to cause you to feel so fragile, it really takes a toll on you. And of course, there is forgiveness on the other side, and there is restoration. But just kind of navigating that murky water was really difficult. And you guys know, I teach you how to build microschools. No way would I ever keep someone from building a microschool, even if you work for us. You want to go build your own microschool? Go for it. You just can't do it on our terms with our students. And that's something that you'll have to remember yourself as you're building your microschool. So we went through that season. We went through a season of extreme growth that we did not have the systems to scale. So that is why I was so grateful to have Microschool Masterminds to teach you what I wish I would have known and how we picked up the pieces in growing and scaling our school. In addition to my husband leaving his job and us working full-time together, that was a whole nother transition. The transition of our youngest daughter, who was the one that we started homeschooling for because she said, I really want to be homeschooled. That's why we started the school. She then wanted to go into public school education, navigating raising two teenage girls who I'm very sensitive towards and they're sensitive. And then, of course, just the fact that we did not know if our school was going to make it. And we moved to a new city and our school moved to a new city and we had to last minute open the doors and rejuvenate a building that had been pretty much vacant for almost 30 years. It all happened so fast. And my nervous system was really trying to catch up with all of the sequence of events that had happened. But I want to say that all throughout it, God protected us. He sustained us. He guided us. He helped us. He deserves all of the glory for everything that we have been able to get through. He deserves all of that glory. And there were many times I felt like giving up. There were many times where even just a part of my family life, my emotional well-being, I felt like this is too much. I do not know how to do this. And I want to give up because I just don't have the confidence. I don't have the confidence. I don't have the stamina. And wow. To all my teacher friends, parents, and visionary leaders, if you are listening to this, I know you are passionate about creating a microschool or a program, a homeschool hybrid that truly shines. But let's be totally honest. Building and growing a microschool or your own program or homeschool hybrid, it isn't easy. It's not for the faint of heart. Whether you're just getting started or looking to scale, there's so much to navigate. Legalities, marketing, finances, student enrollment, location, curriculum planning. That's exactly why I created Microschool Masterminds, a community where you don't have to figure it out all alone. Inside, you'll get step-by-step guidance to launch, grow, and sustain your microschool or homeschool hybrid, access to our exclusive training modules, resources, and live coaching, and a supportive network of educators who get it because they're building their own dream schools as well. You have this dream of creating an incredible opportunity for students, for teachers, and yourself. Maybe you're in the early stages, wondering, where do I even start? Or maybe you've already taken the leap, but now you're feeling overwhelmed with marketing, enrollment, all of the planning or the finances. You're not alone and you don't have to figure it out all by yourself. That's why Microschool Masterminds is here to help you on a month-by-month basis. That's right, it's a month-by-month membership designed to give you the support, structure, and strategy you need to actually make progress. Each month, you'll get live group coaching calls so you can ask questions, get feedback, and gain clarity on your next steps. Step-by-step training modules on legal setup, marketing, enrollment, financial planning, school operations, a private community of passionate educators who get what you're building and are right there with you, a roadmap to keep you moving forward whether you're launching or growing your school, and new resources delivered to your teacher mailbox inside our Microschool Masterminds community that are brand new every single month. And again, the best part is it's a month-to-month membership, so you can join when you're ready and staying as long as you need. Or if you're all in, grab the yearly membership and get 2 months free. This is your time. Your vision deserves a real plan, and I want to help you every step of the way. Go to teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds to join us today. That's teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. We can't wait to see you. Am I so glad I did not give up? I am so glad we did not give up, because from all of these experiences, it has made me better and it has made our school better, and it has literally catapulted us into so much personal growth, stability, sustainability, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, all the fruits of the Spirit. We have been able to glean from the experiences of hardship. And I feel very passionate about helping people like yourself, teachers and parents, make the most of what is here to stay. So I had mentioned that with our Microschool Masterminds program, I'm showing up differently and I'm showing up better and I'm showing up with every single week meeting you face to face in Zoom, answering your questions, giving you golden nuggets, giving you accountability, giving you something to look forward throughout the week, meeting you where you are, being your shoulder to cry on, sharing my experiences of having to go through some of the same things. I believe that we are meant to be together in community. And I'm also very passionate. If you are building a microschool, you need time for yourself. And I don't think it should be at nighttime. I don't. And I was doing that. I was doing group coaching at night for Microschool Masterminds, and people are tired. You're tired. You need your family time. I need my family time, and I get tired too. So I want to teach you what I am preaching to you, which is that if you are building a microschool, you deserve to take a hold of your time. And I believe just like you would have a reoccurring meeting with a staff member, you should have a reoccurring meeting with people who are ahead of you and alongside of you throughout the week. And it should be during your professional working time. It should not be during your personal time. And so that's where Microschool Masterminds is pivoting to. It's weekly group coaching with accountability, 1 hour a week. And I am asking you to do that for yourself. I'm asking you to take an hour out of your week to shut the door, to have someone else take over your class so that you can sit, have your nice cold drink, have your little snacks, and ask your questions, cry, vent, celebrate, and be in community with other people. I don't want to do it at night anymore because it's not fair for me to tell you to protect your personal time and then tell you that you need to go to work and meet me and do all of the things that you know as a mother you have to do. So I'm very passionate about protecting your time. I'm very passionate about you continuing to grow. I'm very passionate about you sticking with it. And I'm very passionate about parents knowing what their options are. And I really want to expand this podcast, being able to talk about all of the different options that we have when it comes to rebuilding and reimagining and redreaming schools. And so this platform is come the new year. We're going to take off next week. When we come back on January the 6th, you're going to be seeing a new podcast logo. You're going to be able to see all of our links to our new website, all of our new resources, how Microschool Masterminds is being revamped. And this is also going to be a time where there's going to be philanthropists on the show. There's going to be other businesses on the show for those who have started their own microschools and homeschool hybrids. There's going to be more interviews. There's going to be more explanation of education. There's going to be more inspiration for how we can redream. And I shared, I believe, a couple episodes ago about this walk that I took and how I had really kind of just drifted away from the very first vision of having this school in our backyard and kids mowing the lawn and building forts and learning how to woodwork and getting the eggs from the chicken. I had moved away from that dream for a while because we had moved out of my house. I couldn't find a house for our school. We went through hardship of a flood with the building that we were at. We moved to a church, almost lost the school. You know the whole story. And through all of that fight or flight moment, I was starting to yearn back for that dream that was a seed, but it's still there. And we're still looking for the property to build the little tiny house micro schools on. As a matter of fact, if you want to see our vision, you can go to lighthouselearningmicroschool.com/foundation. Through the redreaming process that I've had for this school, we started the nonprofit. We started a new scholarship program. We're working with philanthropists and organizations to spread the word of microschools and to continue to fuel our microschool as an example for the nation, for many nations, of what school can look like. And we're not the only example. You are an example. And I want to make sure that we are highlighting that as people who are redreaming education. We start small. There's dreams that will break. There's dreams that will be demanded to be reborn. Because the truth of it is, none of us are where we started. Not me, not Lighthouse Learning, not Microschool Masterminds, not you. And as a leader in this industry, I am called to stay on the cutting edge, which is why Lighthouse Learning has taken many new facelifts, which is why Microschool Masterminds is taking a new facelift. So as I mentioned, this episode really is about declaration of what we've endured, how we've overcame, how we're stepping into a new season together. Over the last several years, I have walked through burnout, fear, stress, staff transitions, expansion, curriculum redesign, students that stretched us to grow and develop new programs, leadership lessons that I learned the hard way. And as many of you have walked through your own versions of the same things. You've written to me about leaving the classroom, healing from toxic systems, trying to build a microschool while raising families, feeling misunderstood, feeling afraid, wanting more for your students, wanting more for your family, wanting more freedom, more purpose, wanting to build something that matters. So I want to honor all of you through all of that and acknowledge the truth that we have not just been dreaming, we have been redreaming. Every setback has reshaped us. Every barrier has revealed our callings. Every not yet became a future of, well, this is who I am now. Through every not yet, through every closed door, we have been forced to grow beyond what we've been used to being. This podcast hasn't just been episodes. It's literally been a lifeline. It's been a mentorship. It's been a movement in motion. And that's why I had to evolve and why you do too. At some point, we realized that we aren't just teaching anymore. We aren't just encouraging anymore. I was speaking not only to exhausted teachers who wanted out, now I am teaching to founders who've listened to this podcast for years and have become leaders in this industry. They're creators, they're innovators, they're mothers building not only schools, but communities. Teachers becoming CEOs of new education models. People stumbling upon the podcast and having no idea what I'm even talking about to now building schools serving 50, 60, 70, over 100 kids. People shaping the next generation of schooling in America. My dream has grown and so is yours. It's growing. The frameworks that I was teaching weren't just tips anymore. They were systems for scalable schools. They became leadership models. They became curriculum philosophies. They became community-driven school blueprints. All of that now is in Microschool Masterminds. And the people listening to this podcast weren't just teachers trying to escape the system. They are now artifacts of the future of education. I had to grow. You have to grow. The dream has to grow, which is why everything I feel is changing. So the transformation of why we are rebranding, it wasn't optional. It is required. Teacher Light Shine is beautiful. It's healing. It's foundational. It's given thousands of teachers confidence to take the first step out of burnout and into freedom. But hope is only the beginning. The world doesn't just need encouraged teachers. The world needs education leaders. They need visionaries. They need mothers and fathers launching microschools. They need educators designing mastery-based learning. They need founders building flexible homeschool hybrids and community-based models. People who aren't just dreaming of something different, but are building it. So I've had to redream this platform. I had to redream my identity. I had to redream the way that I serve you. And that redreaming led us to the era that we are now entering in together. And it didn't just happen overnight. It's happened over the past 7-8 months. As we head into this new year and we go into ReDreaming Education, this is not a Teacher Let Your Light Shine is gone with the wind. We're so grateful for Teacher Let Your Light Shine. It's a name, but we're rebirthed. It's a movement for microschool founders, homeschool hybrid builders, education entrepreneurs, innovative teachers, curriculum designers, community leaders, parents who believe learning can be better. ReDream Education is not about going back. It's about going forward, enlightened, empowered, equipped. And if you want to hear all of the information about being inspired and how do I even do this? You've got 400 episodes pretty much to listen to. But the evolution of microschool masterminds is really where it's at. It has transformed. For years, it was a community. Now it is the central training ground for founders nationwide. So inside the new evolution of microschool masterminds that you can join every month, you can also stay for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You get discounted pricing on our business bundle and on our microschool marketing blueprint. You also get every other resource in there for free, 9 modules of self-paced learning, and then weekly coaching sessions. Frameworks, 150 resources, school design systems, leadership development, enrollment blueprints, successful school models from other people across the country, curriculum decision-making systems, growth diagnostics, financial planning, community building. So no more guessing, no more piecing things together, no more feeling alone. Whether you are still in public school and you're thinking about transitioning, this is for you. Get in and get equipped and acquainted from people who are ahead of you. If you are building microschools, get in, get equipped, get collaboration with people who are doing what you are doing. No more feeling alone. We need more than motivation. We need strategy. We need structure. We need a guide. And Microschool Masterminds is that guide. So as the episode 400 marks the close of an era, today we officially say farewell. Teacher, let your light shine. And today we are stepping boldly into ReDream Education, a movement, a philosophy, a lighthouse for leaders, a home for school founders, a space where your dream is allowed to grow, expand, evolve, and honestly, to be born again. So as we step into this next chapter, into this next year, what part of your life is asking to be redreamed? What part of you needs redreaming? What dream have you outgrown? What are you ready to step into in obedience? Where is the next version of you calling you forward? Because if you are listening to this milestone episode, you are not someone who plays small. And the world needs what you are building. So God bless you. Thank you for all of the moments that you've shared with us over the past 400 episodes, and get excited for all the things we're going to be learning together in the new podcast era of ReDream Education, and lock in. If you listen to that episode with Casey Morris on December 9th, lock in. It is time to lock in. It is time to start building habits, routines, get out of your comfort zone. And it's okay to be in your comfort zone. It's still safe. And guess what? I want you to make sure you are carving out at least 1 hour a week of professional development during your workday. And I hope during that time you join us for Microschool Masterminds and get in there, get with us, take a break from work, get refreshed, and then think about all of the self-paced learning that you can do when you want to do it. On January the 6th, we'll have a brand new podcast episode. And starting in January, we will have our very first weekly Thursday group coaching session every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are Eastern Standard Time, that could be right during your lunch break. If it's from 11 to 12, start taking your lunch there. If you would do it from 10 to 11, then find someone who can do your reading block for you, because it is time for you to learn and grow. And I do not want you to be doing that after you've went through a day of teaching, of learning, and marketing and enrolling and answering emails. Take time to professionally develop yourself. Put it on your calendar as a reoccurring meeting, because together we are ReDreaming Education.